Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again. Another reaction for you guys. Today, guys, of course, we are checking out Superman and Lois. This is Season 1, Episode 4. The title of this episode is Haywire. Now, the ending of last week's episode, saw it happen. It, like, holy shit, what the hell's going on? It had a lot of discussion, a lot of theory about what this all means. Well, apparently I missed out on a couple of things because you guys were pointing out that that was the personal assistant of Morgan Edge. And I'm like, what? And apparently it was. I really didn't pay too much attention. But the heat vision happened. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Oh, God, what does this mean? So I was theorizing, is she working with Morgan Edge? And she actually is. She's the personal assistant. And we've seen her before that bit in the episode where she killed freaking Colossus from the X-Men franchise. I know he wasn't Colossus. He was like Subject 11 or something. But anyways, that was a cool fight between him and Superman. So, looking this up, Leslie Larr is the personal assistant of Morgan Edge. But apparently, based off the name, it's very close to Lesla Larr. I think it's how to pronounce that. Of course, was a Kryptonian that fought against Supergirl. So I wonder, is this going to tie into Supergirl? I doubt it. But you never know. Supergirl might show up and fight her. I don't fucking know on the show. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But I doubt it because I think there's like certain restrictions, and that's why they couldn't do a crossover this year because of those restrictions due to what's happening right now. So yeah. So I don't know. But then she said she's going to call a team, maybe to clean it up. Maybe, I'm not really sure. But I'm really enjoying the show. And I like the fact that we're having multiple storylines within the show. People keep asking me how I feel about the show, and I tell them, go watch the reactions, because you see where I'm really enjoying the show, and it's kicking major ass. I like the fact, like I was saying, there's multiple stories, where we have a Superman story, we have a Lois story, we have the kids having their own story, and then we're having a story that kind of brings them all together, and kind of what they're dealing with at home, outside of everything else that's going on. You know, there's a lot of things going on here, and I hope that continues to happen with the show, because I don't want to get to the point where the story is just going to just be one thing and everybody's involved the whole time. I like the fact there's multiple stories going on with all these characters so that we can kind of take breaks at times and help expand on these characters and develop them more, instead of just all focusing on one thing the entire time, and there's no time for the kids to kind of be kids at school, or for Lois to do her own stuff outside of dealing with the fact that her husband is Superman and one of her kids has powers, and who knows if the other one will. A lot of things. So I'm kind of glad the show is doing what it is doing now. So continue doing that and we'll be good. So here we go, guys. Let's get into episode 4 and see what it's all about. Let's go. Why is he looking at her?
No, it's a surprise, but it's John's home opener.
He never came to any of my games.
Bad dad. My God.
Something you want to tell me?
Oh. Well, maybe.
Come on, how's he helping? By coaching the team?
He's involved, which is a hell of a lot more than you ever were.
I don't like
Ooh.
the priorities changing.
Ooh.
It's called...
They're moving Thaddeus Kilgrave. Psycho genius who got radicalized.
If you want to make a real impact, I can be a resource.
Of course.
I pride myself.
What the fuck?
Gorgeous husband, love of my life, really, and my dear...
You need something.
So much for Lois Lane's big expose, huh? Thought she had nothing on edge.
Well, she did. But there's something lawyery going on.
What could you be insinuating?
Look, I'm kind of bored with the whole faux British accent.
I'm bored.
Football game trying to fit in, Conja.
I can assure you my...
You sue me, I countersue. Your records get opened up in Discovery, and that doesn't end well for you or
Yep.
your brand name.
Mm-hmm.
My. Seems like there must be something here that's very important to you. Maybe I'll find out what that is.
Is that a threat?
Past your prime, playing a high-stakes game.
Past your prime. Oh, you piece of shit.
Fold while you...
Einstein saw time as an illusion. Society is spoiled rotten. I think they need a wake-up call.
Do they now? What the fuck? He heard that. Or noticed they're gone. Something. That was weird. This suit is so good. I love this suit. I can't get over it.
That your dad is the most important force for good in the entire world. Don't waste his time. Try to think about the fact that when your dad gets distracted, lives are at stake. Understood?
Probably not the best advice to tell them. Whatever.
All in favor of granting Edge Intercorp exclusive rights to the Schuster mines? All opposed?
Nay! I know you have an excuse. You're Superman.
Lois.
Okay, fine, I'm mad. And I know it's irrational because I understand that there were lives at stake. But this, when we started dating, I knew what I was getting into. And I don't get mad about you missing date nights. Or it feels like I'm really far down on your list of priorities.
Damn.
Right now,
That's hard to hear.
welcome to Wellness is
The last time they were at a party, things didn't go well. But then again, they were in different places. But,
You're showing me the courtesy of doing your job.
I don't really think of it as a job, General. It's more of a call to responsibility. Something you and I have in common. So since I'm here,
He respects you for speaking your mind.
does he?
He wants anyone to
Does he respect Lois for speaking her mind?
You brought out the best in him, Lois. And that's not getting lost in the shuffle. I will cheers to that. I rebelled against my mom by quitting cheer and your whole football thing.
Yeah,
I actually kind of like being on the team.
Really?
it's good.
That seems totally fair.
She scooted over. Something's gonna happen, man. This guy's getting drunk. She's like, Superman just landed next to me.
Let me show you what this baby can do.
Oh, shit. And they're all just watching like, can someone try to rush him? Oh, shit. Oh, shit, he's... All of them's moving now. Oh, shit. There you go. The slap. Destroy the gun. There you go. Okay. Let's see what's about to happen. I want to know what the hell. That's a cool shot. I want to know what's wrong with him. Like, what exactly is the issue?
What your grandpa's trying to say is that he's going to go to a special school for kids with these sorts of abilities.
There's a school? No, there isn't.
You're not just their dad. You're the most important person in the world. And now that they know that, they need
Yeah.
to respect the obligation that comes with it.
I have to respect that obligation. Me.
I made a choice to dedicate my life to the armed service.
You could have done both. That's what Mark is doing, and I see him struggle with it
Yeah.
every day. So
Aww. It's nice.
My time with you is what gets me through everything else. My first thought of the day.
It's her. Okay, that's not good.
I've reason to believe we may need to consider a contingency plan. Call it Project 7734.
Holy fuck, are you kidding me right now?
We now own the rights to this land, which holds enough ex-kryptonite to resurrect an army.
Holy fuck.
willing candidates.
This freaking show is so good. I don't know where to begin with this. Because a lot of things happened. I think we talked about the last two things there. The back-to-back what the fuck okay moments. Like, what? Let's talk about first the General Lane one, and then we'll talk about the Morgan Edge one. Because I thought the Morgan Edge one I saw coming because it's Morgan Edge. But the General Lane one, I'm still trying to wrap my head around why. Okay, so General Lane is still holding on. I think it's 7734, whatever. Flip it over, it says hell or something, whatever, the numbers. I think that's the combination. But regardless, he still has that pendant, that necklace from Luthor. And apparently I was calling him wrong. He's Captain Luthor, General Luthor. Regardless, Luthor, the new Luthor. Apparently from an Earth where there was an evil Superman. We saw it happen, episode 2. So, he still has it. And he makes a call, secure line, we need to set a new protocol, a contingency plan. And then he names it after the number sequence on the necklace, on that pendant that was given to him by Luthor. What are you thinking? Why are you doing this? I understand General Lane has never had a good relationship with Clark, and within this show, it's the same thing here. He doesn't have the greatest relationship with him, and especially finding out that he told the boys. Of course, Lois knows he's Superman, but the boys know. And so you have General Lane trying to undermine their parenting by telling them, don't call your dad, don't interfere with him, understand there is life and death situations, do not interfere with your dad's work as Superman. And so that's why they waited till the last second to call him, and luckily he was able to that Kilgrave, which I'll talk more about that Kilgrave stuff in a second. But the reason why is because of General Lane. And so it's like, you got to get out. You keep pushing, you're not allowed to be here. And Lois really let him have it. Because he's like, I dedicated my life to the military. He's like, well, you could have done both. You could have tried to help be more of a father to me, because Clark is trying to do that right now. He's Superman and also trying to be a father to these boys. That's why he joined the football team, to kind of be closer to them. You didn't do that, Dad. So he left, and now he has a contingency plan, and he's going to put in place, I guess, to basically be prepared if Superman does something he doesn't agree with, or if he thinks that he knows Clark. Like, what? I don't understand. But maybe the contingency plan is actually going to be used, but not on Clark, because we have another Kryptonian. Leslie Lara, whatever her name is, for working with Morgan Edge. We saw that. And so jump into Morgan Edge stuff, because maybe it all kind of ties in. So the reason why Morgan Edge wanted to get access to Smallville, and specifically the mining of Smallville, owning the land, strict rights to all the land, there was a huge amount of kryptonite in there. Leslie, whatever her name is, whatever, the Kryptonian, punches through the rock, and there's all this kryptonite, and apparently they're going to be candidates, and I'm thinking, candidates for the kryptonite? Metallo? Is that what they're hinting at? Metallo? Because they've already done a version of Metallo within Supergirl, and Superman was involved in that, but maybe they're doing a post-crisis version of Metallo, and this is going to be even better. I mean, I think they did a pretty decent job with Supergirl with that, with Superman showing up and everything with Metallo, but still interesting. So Morgan Edge, yeah, he has a Kryptonian working for him. Okay, I don't know. Maybe, and I wonder, does she have a suit? Does she have a costume? Like, I don't like using that word costume because I think like a Halloween thing. A suit. Because Superman's suit's amazing. Does she have a suit? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe she does. Who knows? So that's why Morgan Edge won all the mining rights. And so let's talk about some of the other things that happened in the episode. So we have Lois trying to stop the vote and ask Clark to be there. Of course, he wasn't there due to dealing with Kilgrave, who escapes. It was a whole thing there. But I knew that Morgan Edge was going to win the mining, because even if Clark was to show up, and I'm assuming she was asking Clark, not Superman. I don't remember exactly if she said specific wording, but regardless, it would not have stopped anything, because he was still going to win it, because it's a Morgan Edge, and we have to have those things happen. And I think what's interesting is that we have Leslie, whatever. Let's pull this up again. Hold on a second. I want to, what's the right word? Let's see. Leslie Lar. I'll stick with Leslie, as we know it's the Kryptonian. She shows up, and she basically says, you have your past contract. You can't publish the story. And because she was going to publish this gigantic story the day of the vote, and then basically there's a whole lawyer thing that will sue you. And I love how Lois showed up and basically confronted Morgan Edge and went, look, you sue, I'm going to counter sue, and that's going to open up a bunch of stuff, and that's not going to end well for you. And it would not. But still, Morgan Edge is like, I would still try. Because he's that a piece of shit. I love how she just went and confronted him and being all badass. Now, he was a piece of shit for saying, you're out of your prime or whatever. I'm like, you don't know nothing. Now, what I liked is that we had more of a, not so much an exploration, but more of a dive into the relationship between Clark and Lois, because she really let out that she's like, look, I understand you missing out on dates, anniversaries, and things like that because of his job, but she's like, I feel like I'm not on your priority list. Like, I'm not near the top. And it's hard to hear that, but I mean, he's been dealing with a lot. A lot's been going on. So, but yeah, I think he's definitely going to try to turn that around, and I'm glad they're kind of on the same page by the end of the episode and the kind of understanding it's going to be this way. But he's going to try harder. He's going to try harder to be more at home and kind of, be a father and be a husband. But yeah, things like that happen. But that was good that we saw more of that, because Lois was really letting out her frustration. Like, it's like I am mad, but at the same time, like, I understand, because it's really hard to kind of argue the point. Like, I knew what I was getting myself into when I started dating you. So at that point, it's like, it's hard to kind of maintain a full normal relationship, because it won't happen. So we have Thaddeus Kilgrave, who breaks out, and I think it was interesting. I liked his speech within the vehicle, and then of course it explodes. He escapes, and the weapon he used on Superman was really interesting. Of course, I think it was odd, but maybe it's just because at that moment he realized, okay, if I don't go, my kids could die. I don't know what's happening. So he slams and sends him far back, and he's completely knocked out. But it was an interesting weapon to use nonetheless. It was, like, you saw like glow in his ears, inside his head. Like, oh my god, that was pretty cool. I don't remember the kid's name. The guy who's been in a cast since, I think, the pilot, because of course when Jordan accidentally sent off heat vision, there's an explosion. But this guy's apparently, he's a meta. I'm not sure what kind of meta, but apparently he's a meta. And so his arm was shaking, and then his whole body was shaking, going crazy. I'm like, holy crap, I don't know what's going on here. I was confused. I'm like, what's happening? Like, what? Is he turning into somebody? I don't know. So yeah, that was interesting. But it's good that Superman came at the last second and kind of calmed him down. But there is no school. If there's a school for metas, is bullshit. If there is actually a school, can we get a show of that? I want to see a show of the meta school. Why not? I don't know. This show just continues to keep me invested, and I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I mean, I think the next episode's the last one before we have a gigantic break, because unfortunately, due to what's going on, they had to shut down for a couple weeks for shooting due to a positive test or something. I remember a while back, I remember hearing about it. So they have to take this break, so it's unfortunate. So I think we only have one more episode after this one, and then we have to wait a while for continuation. But I'm loving what they're doing with the show so far. I can't wait to see what they do next, because they're kicking ass. They're taking names, and I'm really enjoying the show. So what do you guys think of episode 4 of Superman and Lois? Whatever thoughts you have, let me know in the comment section below, guys. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.